Feel free to gather around, y'all. Come on in nice and close. It is deceptively simple to throw an axe. It's pretty straightforward. First rule, right off the whip, is one weapon at a time, and you and your friends throw together and retrieve together while you're here. You're going to be on these sets of 2 targets, and the main thing that I don't want to happen is you throwing an axe while someone else is downrange. It's really easy not to do that. If you see someone in front of you, just don't throw. But you can sometimes, get into the rhythm of things. People can not be paying attention, so it's always just easier to throw together, retrieve together, and keep that to one weapon at a time so our axes aren't clinking off each other, damaging each other. And that way you're also not going to go throw a second axe while your friend is downrange getting their first throw. And then you can start thinking about the fun part, which is how do I get good at axe throwing? Axe throwing, like I said, deceptively simple. It's a lot more about the weight of the weapon and just keeping your movements as simple as possible. These axes, they naturally want to go into a rotation. They want to spin just because of the way they're weighted. So you don't have to put too much force on them or too much control over them to get them to do that. You hold them all the way at the bottom. Hold the axe all the way down here with really just a simple pinch. With your middle finger and the crook of your hand, you kind of pinch on either side. And this relaxed grip, what it does is let the axe start to build up momentum as you're throwing it. And you go up above your head from the shoulder as opposed to bending your elbow like this. If you bend your elbow, the axe is all the way down here. You're going to be whipping it, almost bonking yourself in the back of the head. So we want it to be up here above you so it's safer away from you. And this is also better technique. I can create a nice long arc that the axe is going to go along and get all the way to the target with one nice rotation. And like I said, one nice rotation. So that's the main thing about this, is your distance is going to control how the axe hits. If I'm way too close to the target, the axe doesn't have enough time to do a full spin. So great example. It did not have enough time to do a full rotation, and it just bounced right off. I want to kind of be right at this line where these rubber mats end. You put your toe right up against there, and you're one rotation away, where it's going to leave your hand like this, do one, and hit just like that. But the cheat code is, and this is the main thing you guys got to keep in mind to get good at this, it's like technique, doing minor adjustments to technique, telling you to change the way you're holding it, stuff like that, is a lot of the time a lot less effective than just saying, oh, it's hitting on the handle, that means I'm too close and I got to back up. Or, oh, it's hitting on the head, that means I'm too far away, I got to get a little bit closer. So just pay attention to how it's hitting, and you can just make distance adjustments, and that'll get you better at this way faster than trying to think critically about how I'm standing, how I'm holding it, all that stuff. Other than that, a couple things that I like to cover about axes besides that is that some of ours will come apart in 2 pieces if they hit weird. So this is a quick fix. If you see this happen, all you got to do is know how to match shapes. If you don't know how to match shapes, you might have some trouble with this. This is an egg-shaped hole, and this is an egg-shaped handle. So just fit one into the other and find a flat top, and that is where the handle just slides right into place like that. Just give it a couple taps on the ground, and it will tighten right back together so you can keep throwing it. And then last little thing is some of my axes have double blades, and these are fun to throw. Sometimes they're more challenging to throw. This guy can be a little bit harder. I recommend standing closer if you're throwing this one. But we absolutely don't want you guys to throw these overhead for kind of an obvious reason. We don't want you to catch yourself in the back of the head with an axe blade. So one hand only when you're throwing these guys. And like I said before, we want these nice big chops from the shoulder up here above our heads, because if we bend the elbow too much, that weapon is coming right next to my shoulder and going to catch me. And I have seen people rip their clothes open in not so sexy ways while they're using these. So we want to avoid that. That is everything about my axes. If you guys want to keep score while you're here, there's a plaque on every pillar, and we have scorecards over next to our little water station over there that you can help yourself to. That is everything I got to tell y'all. Thank you so much for your patience and listening up, and thank you so much for coming out today.